Hey folks, how about a quick cold start video? So it's about 20 after 3, June 3rd, Tuesday, 30.4 degrees. Yep, batteries, doesn't have the direct sunlight, 87, there we are. So I've had the charger on this guy for a while. I pulled off the air cleaner, got my go-go juice. A lot of people don't believe in using go-go juice. I tend to use it because, especially for pull start stuff, I have a little trouble with my shoulders, and you can say, yeah, it's not good for the tractor, but if I tear a rotocuff and can't play with this stuff anymore, what good does it do me to have a fully functional tractor that I can't play with because I just tore my rotocuff? So I have a tendency to use the go-go juice, and once again, some people believe in it, some people don't. I get enough on there to cause a fire, just in case I do have a fire extinguisher. And let's see what she has to say. A little less choke to start. Oh, you want to run? I like that. Well, that started easy. So, to go forward or backwards, all I do is push this lever, but kind of blocked in, so I gotta dig this out. Anyway, let me shut it down for a minute. Let me show you what this guy is, just from the type of muffler it's on it and the looks of the tires and all. How about that hemorrhoid busting seat right there? This is an old Sears. I think it was known as a ST10. It's got the round headlights on it. It's not really, some of these, the grill is really cut for the power takeoff. It does have a power takeoff. It did not come with the mower deck. Didn't come with a snow blower. Didn't come with any attachments. There's the Hydro-Track Sears. It's got the little hood thing on it. You can kind of see from this angle. You got two round headlights. It's got the Tecumseh engine on it. Solid state ignition. I don't know. Guys are going to have to turn your heads to read it. But it obviously starts and runs, and here it is. So this is going to move out to the shed, to the hoop building. I'm going to drive it there. I got to make a hole to get it out, which is going to take a few minutes. So yeah, I'm going to move it out here. You guys see I put these, I kind of fixed these up, right? These are my cattle buildings. If I would have put one of these in here, they would have never collapsed this winter. But these are just cattle panels, right? Bent in an arc. And then you guys can see the details and how I put it together. So anyway, that one is going to move right here where I'm standing, which will give me a little more space. Right, set ourselves up. I was asked for a tractor video, what tractors and what I'm doing and so forth. And I guess my response to that is there's several tractors through here. Obviously, a million of them floating about. But the ones that I would really like to do something with are, first of all, I kind of go by need, and from a need point of view, I really need this thing to come to life and to become a snowblower. I needed to do that here, and if it doesn't do it here, I needed to get transferred to York, Pennsylvania, where my son wants his house, and I needed to work at his house, so it needs to go to work someplace. The other one that I think about a lot, and I haven't done anything except think about it, is this guy. I'd like to pull that Öhlins off of that. The Öhlins is the same as is in that Easy Go Cushman creature over there. It's the same engine as that guy has. So I'd like to get the engine off. Maybe what I should do is get it started before I take it off, because once you take them off, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. But anyway, I'd like to get that off and put to the side. This engine, I think, is in the Cushman is good enough. So not that I'm going to swap it, but particularly I could use the carb. And once the Öhlins is off that guy under that pile, I'd actually like to put a pair of these under the hood. These are the 6.5 horsepower Predators, Harbor Freight. Put a matching set of those under the hood. Have it so basically I start one, tighten the belt, starts the second one, and from the second one, or actually from the first one, have the first one use as a starter, and have the first one also drive the tractor. Though they would both have starters on them, so either one of them starting would make it run, and just have a two-engine tractor. 6.5 horsepower would be enough to make that go, and be honest, probably to drag most of the crap that I have floating around, but it would just be fun to have a two-engine tractor. I don't know, stupid thing to do. And obviously there's no big hurry for that, and that's why it hasn't been done. So there's that one. That Öhlins, I think that's another 1050. That one was left outside for a long side. I think it's got the Wisconsin on it. I kind of got that for parts. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. This Öhlins, it's a 650 that I think he put a 10 horse on, an 8 or a 10. It actually runs and cuts grass. I haven't run it recently, but it does. Then comes, this is an International. Somebody put a lot of time and effort into fixing the engine up and all that kind of stuff. The back clutch is good, so you can drive it around, no problem. Off the front of the engine runs a powered takeoff that runs a snowblower and a lawnmower. I know I got the snowblower for it. It's out back. I don't know if I got the lawnmower for it. International Cub. The one tractor I am missing, I do not have a John Deere in the fleet, and I actually feel kind of bad about it. In my area, John Deere tractors, they go in two varieties. You got the crappy ones, the ones that come from Home Depot that are actually MTD tractors that say John Deere on them, or John Deere Sabre on them. So you have those, and they go for more money than they're worth. And then you have the John Deere, as in a real John Deere, and they go for like a phone number. They want a lot of money for those. So that's the two different kinds. This wheel horse came from my father. It's got a big Kawasaki engine on it. The engine's good. The hydrostatic's good. Actually, this thing was running when it got parked, and then you can see it kind of turned into a rat from sitting. This one, Sears, a friend of mine gave me it. The engine runs good. He blew the hydrostatic somehow. That guy, another Sears, threw a rod. The one in the back, Sears actually runs. The Alice Charmer, I bought that particularly because the rear end on it, see the gear on the side of the rear end? That makes it real easy to repurpose that rear end to do something else. The wheels also bolt on, so you can pull the rear end out of there and either go with a centrifugal clutch and chain drive it to that, or belt drive it. You can do all kinds of interesting things with that as a separate. Pull the rear end out and move it to something else. It's also a cast iron brute. It's a very well made tractor, so that's why I bagged it. Boland's G10, it's just a modern 1050. This one I bought at a flea market and I was actually disappointed in it. Turns out the guy let the deck get loose, and when that happens, the power takeoff breaks the neck off the right hand drive that drives the belt, that drives the blades. So theoretically it could be fixed, and I actually do have the parts. It's got a 10 horsepower Briggs that has a bad starter, so it kind of annoyed me with as much as I found wrong on it. That's a Jacobson. Once again, notice the belt drives on the side. Once again, nice wide rear end, nice heavy, so plowing snow. I've actually seen those Jacobsons in that size with people put hydraulics on them and lift and lower. That's a Sears. I just bought it because I like the variable drive on it, and I like the look of it. I was going to turn that into a fearless front type tractor for just running about the property and all, but obviously not a big need for it, so I haven't done it. This is another Craftsman. I have the deck. This one's actually cut grass and all. Smokes a little, typical of a Kohler Command, but this is a running tractor, and it's here undercover, being protected. This case, it's got a Kohler in it, burns oil like no tomorrow. That's why it was retired. It actually cuts grass and all. A Sears Craftsman 2. You know, it's got your basic, 12 horse. They come in 11 Briggs. I like that engine, very rock solid. This is a snapper. It's got the 2-cylinder Briggs in it. I'd flip the hood open, but then it's going to drop the hood on the ground, and I don't want to break the headlights. But 2-cylinder side shaft engine. Basically bought it for the engine. That's a real heavy tractor. It's got the slip and slide transmission, which I don't like, but it's got a lot of good nuts, bolts, pulleys, heavy stuff on it, so I figured it'd be a good parts tractor. That's more or less it. There's another couple of Murrays and light tractors floating around that need basically parts. They're over there. There's another Sears super tractor ST10 that's under the white tarp over there. So that one's blue. I got the deck with that. So yeah, that's the fleet. There's a lot of crap out here. In the winter, I keep talking about this, and some of you newer subscribers, my garage here shuttles back and forth between being functional and being completely brick-walled with crap. Right now it's not quite brick-walled, but it's pretty full. My push is to get this place functional, make it a usable garage, and to that end I need to make space down here to work. Particularly, I'd like this area to become kind of a shop area, And I'd also like to get that, that foam board insulation with the metal on one side of it, the foil on one side of it, or both sides, up on the ceiling to keep the heat in. On the walls, there's plywood, and it's 5/8 real plywood, and then there's Typar, that plastic, that white stuff, and then there's siding over it. So the walls aren't insulated, but they'll hold heat. The garage doors, I did go with the insulated garage doors, all 4 of them. To heat this place, though, I'd have to firm them up. I'd actually like to get this crap out of here and put a pellet stove here with the exhaust going right out back, and use that to heat this place in the winter. That would be the ultimate. There's also a garage under the house. From a practical point of view, it's actually smarter to heat that, because any heat would rise, and any heat that rose would actually start warming the house up a bit too. It would take the cold off the floor. But that garage has a lower ceiling during the winter. If you go down there, it's on the north side of the house, so it's kind of in a hole on the north side of the house. So it's just one cold spot, and it's kind of a dark spot. It's dark down there. So, though it's not a bad place to work in the spring and summer because it's cooler, it is kind of a hard place to work in the winter. It makes you feel like you're in a frozen wine cellar, just very, very cold place to be. Alright, 16 minutes, I gotta run. I just put a new memory in here, so I'm talking too long. Thanks for watching, thanks for commenting, thanks for subscribing, guys. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Horde, which might not be until next week. Remember to keep your feet down, your head up, and once again, thanks for watching, commenting, and subscribing. Bye now.